To most OG players in GTA Online, their rank is no more important than their KD ratio, which is to say, it's a totally meaningless metric and serves no purpose outside of flexing or your EPing. And usually, the biggest sign that you're a maidenless no-lifer is a rank above 1000 in GTA Online, because it means you've either spent an eternity playing the game every single day for the last decade, or it means you paid a modder to boost your account level, both of which are very uncool and make you seem like a total loser. But what if you're not some OG with hundreds of millions in the bank account? What if you're a brand new player who's struggling to purchase the best car mods because you're below rank 120? Well, in that case, RP is just as important to you as cash, and in today's guide, I'm going to show you how to increase your rank as fast as possible in GTA Online by gaining a ton of RP in absolutely no time. And keep in mind, this guide is primarily aimed at players out there who are below rank 120, because that's the point where you finally unlock everything through normal rank progression, and any rank gains past that are just going to be a little side effect of continuing to play the game. But first, why even bother with ranking up? What does it actually do for you? Well, I'm glad you asked, because here's a nice example. You see this? This right here is the RPG, and it's the best anti-armor weapon in the game. In fact, it is 3 times as effective as a homing missile launcher at destroying armored vehicles, and if you learn how to ripple fire this thing with the switch spam technique, you can easily rip apart a fully armored night shark in under 8 seconds. However, if you're a low rank, you can't buy this weapon even if you have the cash to spare, and that is a major issue if you plan on playing in public lobbies, because over there, you're going to run into griefers who are constantly spamming OP armored cars and attack helicopters. And the RPG isn't the only heavy weapon that's locked behind a significant rank requirement, because the minigun is also not available for purchase unless you have a rank of 120 or more. Like, sure, you can bypass the minigun rank check by getting it from the gun van, but that's a limited time thing for a specific week, and you can't guarantee that the weapon you want will be on rotation when you need it. So if you're on a brand new account, maybe you're doing a challenge run to see how fast you can get to $10 million or something like that, you'll be at a massive disadvantage for the first few days, because every other type of armor in this game that isn't the super heavy armor absolutely sucks. Then there's also the matter of upgrades for your personal vehicles. A lot of engine, turbo, transmission, and cosmetic upgrades alike are all locked behind rank walls, and unless you own an auto shop business for yourself, you can't install any of these on your vehicles. And so by now, I think it's very clear that rank means a lot to low-level players. And while a lot of the OGs out there might take it for granted because they've never had to pass a rank check in forever, the same can't be said for someone who's still struggling to find his feet in GTA Online. Someone who's unable to buy the best gear just because he doesn't meet the rank check. And that's exactly why I'm making this guide today. Not to teach you any rank glitch or some weird trick that will get patched out by next Thursday, but to give you guys solid, evergreen strats that have worked for me in the past, and strats that I'm sure will continue to work for as long as GTA Online is active. Also, if you've ever gone up against a really high ranked player and both of you had the same guns, but they killed you before you could kill them, it's probably because you haven't got as much HP as your enemy. And no, it's not some kind of cheat. You see, the health system, for example, in this game is tied directly to your level. You start with the lowest amount of HP possible at rank 1, then every 20 levels after that, you gain another bar of health until you hit max level 120, at which point your health maxes out. Then every 20 levels after that, you gain another bar of health until you hit level 120, at which point your health finally maxes out at 100%. And what all of this means from a practical standpoint is that unless you're rank 120 or higher, every time you go up against some other guy in PvP who's higher level than you, you're at a health disadvantage. Yes, skill does play a role still, but if you have less health to begin with, the only reliable way to take an enemy down fast is with headshots or AP ammo. But not to worry, because here are some easy ways to rank up from absolute 0 to level 120 in no time. First, we've got some good old CEO crate grinding. Now, I don't know if you've heard this before, but the most efficient way to grind RP in GTA Online without doing bonus weekly events is through sourcing CEO crates. And because the RP gains don't scale up all that well based on how many crates you source, we're going to take the easy route and just source 1 crate at a time. Remember, you're a low level, you don't have a lot of cash, and while sourcing 3 crates at a time is optimal for money making with the crate warehouse business, that's not what we're trying to do here with this video. Instead, we'll go for the quickest, cheapest, and most simple source mission of them all, just 1 CEO special cargo crate at a time, which will give us approximately 2,300 RP. And here's something else that most players don't know. Selling that crate immediately after you source it gives you double the XP that you get from the source mission itself. So about 5,300 XP just from selling a single crate, which means sourcing alone is not enough if you're going to do this RP grind. And I also recommend buying 5 small warehouses if you're just trying to rank up to 120 as fast as possible on a new account. You're also going to need that CEO office to do this stuff, because without a CEO office, you can't buy a warehouse. And the best budget option out there is Maze Bank West, because that office is just $1 million. For any of you who own the premium version of the game, this office is actually free because your game comes with the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack preloaded. So grab yourself a CEO office, grind a few Cluck and Bells and No Way Out heists, then invest that cash into 5 small warehouses. Try and place warehouses as close to each other as you can on the map, then invest in a Terrorbyte if you really want to speed up your RP grind. Just the base model, no master control terminal needed because this isn't a money-making guide. After a Terrorbyte, I also recommend doing a few client missions so you can buy an Oppressor Mark II for the trade price of 6 million. And what this will do is make crate grinding a walk in the park. You literally just fly in, grab the crate, and fly back to your warehouse on your missile bike. Once you arrive at the warehouse, immediately start a sell mission for that one crate. Sometimes you'll get a brigade, sometimes you'll get the dodo. The brigade missions are the easiest as you just drive a couple miles to the drop-off, while the dodo missions can be a bit trickier as you'll be asked to go to LSIA first to collect your dodo. Then you'll have to land it in a particular spot with a whole bunch of people shooting at you, but it's still not that long and can be done in well under 5 minutes. Once you finish your sell mission, summon the Terrorbyte to your location and queue up a source mission for the next warehouse. All of these source missions have a common theme. You visit some place, kill some enemies, grab the crate, and fly back. Sometimes you'll have to drive a vehicle containing a crate in the back to your warehouse, but that's about all the variations you're going to get with these single crate source missions. And the sell missions themselves are super simple. Just get in your delivery vehicle, drive for about 3 minutes to the drop-off zone, and you're done. Rinse and repeat this process until your brain shuts down out of boredom. Is the CEO warehouse method particularly entertaining or fun to play? Not at all. It's actually the most boring RP grind method I have, but it's also some of the best methods in terms of RP per hour, because with this technique, you can easily make over 60,000 RP every single hour. And at lower ranks, that's like half a level right there. But let's assume you don't want to grind CEO crates and you want a more active method of RP farming that doesn't put you to sleep. Well, good news, because I've got exactly the stuff for you. Go into your pause menu, select the jobs tab, play jobs, go into Rockstar created missions, and select Simeon's repo work titled RV Nearly There. Then make sure you've got either a Toreador or an Akula or even a Sparrow or just some kind of vehicle with infinite homing missiles. Normally, I'd recommend that you use an Oppressor or a Vigilante, but that won't cut it here because our strat is to use and abuse the infinitely respawning car enemies in this mission to farm lots of RP in no time. Basically, you visit the site where the brigade is being held, you drive back like this, jump over the crates right here, shoot this guy, and then get into the RV to trigger the infinitely respawning enemy waves. But before leaving, make sure to plant the sticky bomb on the brigade. Then get inside your Toreador or attack helicopter, park yourself on this runway right here, and simply hold down your missile button to constantly let loose a stream of homing missiles at the barrage of enemy trucks headed your way. You see, each one of those guys is worth 31 RP, and they aren't very bright, so they'll just keep driving right at you in a straight line down this airstrip, and all you have to do is shoot them as they keep coming. Keep shooting them until you notice that your RP isn't increasing anymore. And once that happens, you'll know that you've hit the 150 kill soft cap that Rockstar has placed on contact missions. They know that people will abuse the infinitely respawning NPCs, and that's exactly why they've designed that 150 kill cap. But I've got a way around that as well. Simply blow up the sticky bomb that you planted earlier, and it will fail the mission. Once you fail the mission, you'll get a further RP bonus, bringing your RP gains to over 5,000 for just under 6 minutes of gameplay. Then all you need to do is simply restart at the last checkpoint and repeat the process a few more times until you're at the rank that you desire. And here's another pro tip for all you RP farmers out there. Go into your settings and make sure that you've got free aim enabled instead of aim assist, as this will give you an extra 25% RP on every single kill in every mission. Not like we're actually aiming at anything, because the Toreador's homing missiles will do all the work for us, so even if you don't like free aim, I still recommend turning it on whenever you're trying to RP farm, because it will significantly boost your rank up speed. In addition to the two techniques I just mentioned, which are some of the best, you should also spend time grinding the weekly bonus events and races. Every single week, Rockstar releases a new weekly update where they put certain races, adversary modes, content, and businesses on double cash in RP, or even 3 or 4 times money in RP if it's a series of contact missions. Like for example, at the time of me recording this video, we have double money and double RP on some of the VIP work and challenges, and for GTA Plus, they have double money and double RP on security contracts at the agency, which were already awesome for money and RP, but now they've become even better for the entirety of the month as long as GTA Plus lasts through March the 4th. And we also have double money, and we also are continuing to have that double cash and RP on stunt races, along with triple cash and RP on the new Deadline Duet adversary mode that released for the Valentine's event. Then, if you want a more sustained, more reliable source of RP that doesn't depend on weekly bonuses, just go into the casino, buy a membership for $500, and spin that lucky wheel. Most of the time, you'll either get RP or cash, and RP bonuses vary from as little as $2,500 all the way up to $15,000 on the lucky wheel, which is not bad at all if you're below rank 50 and need some new levels. Then there's also the survival mode, and this is a PvE match where you'll pick an arena and then defend yourself against waves of respawning enemies, each more dangerous than the last one. For this, you're going to want something with a lot of ammo capacity, like a combat MG or a minigun if you're going to do these survival challenges. And while these do require a bit more skill than crate sourcing, it's still very easy to do if you get in a bit of practice and watch a few guides on YouTube on how to survive the waves. Every map has certain camping spots, more or less, where you can hold your position, and the goal here is to make sure that you aren't dealing with enemies from multiple directions at the same time. You want to seal off as many angles as you can and create a funnel for the enemies so you can mow them down really fast with your machine gun or grenade launcher before they get a chance to hit you. Each enemy here is worth 20 RP on average, and you'll be facing over 100 of them, so you'll easily make 2000 RP just by surviving all 10 waves, and you'll also get an RP bonus for each new wave, along with a big RP reward at the end once you clear all 10 waves, so the total RP that you make is a lot if you manage to get through all 10 enemy waves successfully. Also, if you're really new to the game, like level 20 or less, I also recommend going for collectibles like G's caches, stash houses, animal photography, etc. You can even do daily activities like junk energy skydives and bike time trials to gain lots of quick RP. These activities are fun, they're easy to do, and absolutely anyone in the game can do them irrespective of their gear or rank. Last but not least, we've got daily challenges, and these can be viewed through your interaction menu. Most of these challenges are simple tasks that you can complete while playing the game naturally, while others are related to races or specific game modes. Once you do all 3 of your daily challenges, you'll get $30,000 and 5,000 RP. Then, if you do all your daily objectives for 1 week straight, you'll get a $150,000 bonus, but more importantly, you'll also get a 20,000 RP bonus after that. Complete your dailies for 28 days straight, and that bonus goes up even further to $750,000 cash and a whopping 50,000 RP. Now, for folks who are level 120 and above, 50,000 RP is nothing. It'll probably barely move the needle towards the next level, but if you're a beginner in this game, that's about 5 whole levels right there, just for playing the game and following a list. Anyways, that's all I have for this RP guide today. I want to know how many of you watching this video are new players, and whether you've run into those annoying rank checks while trying to purchase a new part for your car or a new weapon and ammunition. Because back when I was new to the game, I remember being super confused whenever the game told me I couldn't buy something, despite me having more than enough cash for that item. And I'm sure a lot of you who are new players feel the same way, because you don't understand how the rank system works in GTA Online. I mean, it is quite obtuse and confusing that it almost feels like Rockstar made it that way on purpose. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to drop a like on it if you did enjoy and found the information helpful. Consider subscribing to the channel if you are new and you want to stay up to date with more daily GTA 5 online content just like this. Check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically twitch.tv/hazardoushdtv for more GTA Online money grinding live streams, and I'll see you guys in the next GTA 5 video. Adios, amigos.